I think that fool Tai gave up trying to take me down. So let's have some fun with another villainous episode. In this particular video, I want to dive in and talk about some anime villains who look the coolest, the best designed villains in all of anime. I shall pair with Jed, and me and Jed shall pick 3 anime villains with the best designs, giving you our overall top 6. I think that is the perfect way to go about this. So let us dive in with the top 6 best anime villains with the best designs. Okay, top 6 best anime villain designs. Do you want to give us your first on your list?
Yes, Tai. My first choice for best anime designs is going to be Madara. Madara Uchiha from the Naruto universe. The reason I've chosen this is because I think he's got really cool, sleek design. I think like he's very, very obvious that he's a warrior first, leader second. It's a strong design at the same time. Like he admits strength just by his posture, just by the way that he looks. Like also, if you add along his weapons, if they go along with his look, his fan is highly intimidating for someone that knows what it is. When he gets the staff as well, like once again, the weapon is highly intimidating and goes well along with his character. I think when they drew the character, having drawn the character with such long hair as well gives it that little depth of design, like proving that, like, once again, he's a shinobi, he's a warrior at heart. His hair care isn't like on his list of things to do, sort of thing. But overall, I find like the dark blue and red or burgundy kind of color a good contrast for Madara, especially with his Sharingan activated at the same time. Like, I think the color contrast is really cool, giving him such a cool design for a villain. What would be your choice, Tai?
Well, going back to Mara real quick, I like how it mirrors his hair, because you mentioned his hair.
Yeah.
I like how it's the complete opposite to Hashirama, which obviously was his best friend. And obviously they are polar opposites. So I like the fact that Hashirama's got slick, very like almost combed back hair, where Madara's is all frizzy and it's big and it's like very over like dominating on his head, and it kind of also mirrors his turn, so Hashirama's the leader of the Leaf Village. He's the calm, collective one. He's meant to be the good guy, so he gets the nice, straight, cool, calm hair, where Madara's the narcissistic, very egotistical. Granted, he may have a point, but egotistical villain, so he gets the big, over dramatic hairstyle, and I just like the fact he mirrors Hashirama. But yeah, great choice. I absolutely love Madara's design. That one image of him sat there during the fourth Ninja War, where he's got the fan led against the rock next to him, and he's got one knee up. That is such an awesome, dominating image.
That's one of my favorite images. Yeah,
when I first watched Naruto Shippuden, I watched all of it. That was my background on my phone for ages. That one image.
The thing is people when they see that image when he's wielding the fan for the first time, like people don't quite realize, like, oh, it looks like a toy, it looks like something that shouldn't be on the battlefield per se, but it's actually a very, very deadly weapon. And when people realize how well he can use it, it just goes to his intimidation factor at the same time of his like piercing presence. I think, like, also just to add to this before we move on, I think the way that they chose the voice actor for Madara, I think that gives a certain like design depth to the character as well. Like, you could have had someone else play the character and Madara would still be an imposing, dominating, intimidating figure, but I think with the voice and the way that he looks, it just goes hand in hand and gives you the soul feel of what Madara is
that
as a being.
that first scene when he comes back and he's reincarnated properly and he's got his arms crossed and his hair is blowing and he just mutters a word. I'm not one for like calling out aura, but fuck me, does my guy have aura?
Yeah, oh
Like,
yeah.
damn.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
completely agree. So for my first one, a bit of an odd choice, but I went with the Digimon Emperor from Digimon Adventure 02, who is actually our first human villain in Digimon.
Okay.
He's called Ken originally, and he is adopted into the Digimon world, and he becomes the Digimon Emperor, and because he's human, and there are humanoid Digimon, and there are Digimon that do have humanoid features. He is dressed in a sense where he looks like he could almost match. He's wearing this like big like visor set of goggles. He's got this cape that's over him. He's got these gauntlets for no reason. He never uses them for anything. He's got these gauntlets. He just kind of looks like he belongs. And for our very first human villain in Digimon, I really liked his design because I feel like he matches the way that the Digimon digital world is represented in Adventures and Adventure 02. And I've always appreciated the fact that when he then shifts back, there is actually a clear difference between Ken being just Ken, because he does eventually become a good guy, to then him being the Digimon Emperor. Very much what we said about Hashirama and Madara with like the hairstyles and like how clean one looks compared to the other. It's very similar to that because he is one dude, just two different like, good and bad. But yeah, he's a very like he very fits into the digital world, and I think he just has this cool like bit over maniac sort of presence to him, and yeah, I like his design when it comes to our very first human villain for Digimon.
Okay. Well, I have to take your word for that one, Ty, because I'm not well versed in the Digimon universe. What about his voice actor? Do you say that the voice fits the character well for him?
Yeah, because he's only a kid technically. He's not like an old dude or anything. This I think Ken's, I want to say mid-teens, and he's very like he gets very flustered very easily when like he loses, and he gets very like egotistical about it, and he thinks he can win, but like eventually he doesn't, and that really like bruises his ego. So they picked a good voice actor for like when he has those moments of, oh god damn it, I've lost again, why aren't I winning, I should be able to win, I'm the most powerful being in this place, well I should be, sort of like mentality. So yeah, I think they picked a good one, to be fair.
Okay, fair enough. We'll like to hear it. So, for my second choice, this is one that I don't believe that you've seen yet. I'm going to choose Ryum Sukuna from the Jujutsu Kaisen universe. And my reason is because he has several designs. One being obviously inside of the vessel of Yuji Itadori, where you can only see him manifested as black tattoo lines on Yuji, and he manifests himself into a mouth across Yuji's body, on his hand, on his chest, on his face. Like, that's the first time that you see it. And when Itadori lets Sukuna take over his body, you see his full transformation. His eyes turn red. He has sharp teeth. He has sharp claws, like claw-like nails, and the tattoos are more prominent and stuff like this. And that's like the second part of what you get to see. And the design is really cool. Like, it's very minimalistic, and it tries to focus on the more monstrous side of it. And then obviously we get to see Sukuna do his domain expansion, which then we get to see another design for him, which I'm gonna say is absolutely flawless. He does this malevolent shrine domain expansion, and honestly, the design is brilliant. Like, do you know the Hashu? Do you know what's the gate called with the big mouth on the Jitsuda in Naruto universe, Tyler?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
The one that the Hashirama can do.
Yeah,
The
the
big
big
the big
wooden or thing.
Yeah. So this is very similar to that in like when he performs it, you can see like from an outside perspective how big it is. He's on a massive shrine with skulls and dead skeletons all over because he's the king of curses, and you get to see a glimpse of his like overall design, which is his multiple eyes, his multiple arms, but it's only a glimpse. And then if you look at the manga, you get to see his full awakened version of himself when he overtakes Megalamy, and I think the design is brilliant. Like he's got like 4 arms, he's got 4 eyes, multiple mouths. Like the tattoos are so minimalistic, and the design is very minimalistic, but it's meant to portray like the monstrous, murderous intent that he has. And I feel that it does very, very well. That even though he's inside Yuji and he's a vessel at this point, you can still see the murderous intent inside of him, like how he threatens to kill everyone if Yuji lets him like take over and things like this. And I think that this goes to show, like, for a lot of characters, it doesn't have to be like an over design of a character. It can be something simple but super, super effective, and this is a perfect example of it.
Yeah, I've been looking through his art gallery on the Jujutsu Kaisen fandom page, and like, holy crap!
Yes.
Like, yeah, I'm looking at the image you said about like the multiple arms
Shrine.
and the eyes and
Yeah, yeah.
that sort of, like, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Freaky. Without knowing anything about Jujutsu Kaisen, it's freaky, but it's cool.
Malevolent Shrine is also a very cool one, if you can get a picture of that one.
And to answer our question, Hashirama's jutsu is called Sage Gate of the Great Gods.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. It's
Just
very similar
to
this. Like, it steps away from the shrine, and you see the size of the shrine, and you see the size of Sukuna sat on top of the shrine, and it gives you the gravity of, like, this dude's like ultra powerful, but he's not like flexing it like normal characters would. But I think this is a very good testimony to like the minimalisticness of it. Like, you don't need to do a lot of design to a character, like for them to be a good design character. It just needs to be good detail, I feel.
Yeah, I think more that I look into Jujutsu Kaisen, I need to watch it because that design with the mobile arms and the eyes and like that looks cool. I need to see that in action.
I couldn't agree more.
Hey Nodzo, miss me? Wait, what are you doing here, you fool? Please, I came with a bit of backup this time. It worked. You see, I had a little friend of mine give me some information, and with that information, I contacted the right people, and I got given this. This is a one-of-a-kind device. It may look like something else, but it's a one-of-a-kind device, and this holds the one thing I need to beat your ass. Upload the Princess Violet antivirus. Wait, no, I can feel my power slipping. What are you doing? No, I'm being removed. My data, my power, I'm being phased away. What have you done? The Three Ranger Bros are nothing without me. I made it better. Heroes are lame. The villains are the only cool characters. What are you doing? No, don't send me back. Please, no. Okay. He's gone. Sadly, whatever videos that he's posted are still going to be around. I can't exactly delete them. I guess I just gotta let this thing play. So it's quite funny how you said that like a design doesn't need to be over like complex and it can be simple, because my next one is pretty goddamn simple.
Okay.
So I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that. We're gonna take a step back into the Naruto universe, because my second choice has to go to Sasori. Because and I'm gonna do what you did and cover kind of like both his main designs, because the very first time you meet Sasori, he's kind of like this just big hunched over dude, with like a face mask over his face. He's got braids in his hair, and he has like this metallic scorpion like tail. We don't really get to see much of his design for a little while until we finally get like his backstory. We learn who he is. We learn that he's got a connection to Granny Chio, and he obviously fights Granny Chio and Sakura, and that's when we find out that he's actually manipulating what we think is his design. It's not. That's a puppet, which is awesome, because I really do like the puppet jutsu, and Naruto is one of my favorite jutsus. And Sasori's, he just looks like a kid. That's literally what it is. That's that, like, he stopped worrying about his body and he's now a puppet himself. His heart is in a machine type thing in his chest, and he's a puppet, and he looks innocent, and that's the freaky part of it too. That's what I mean by like it's a very basic design, because he looks really innocent in his face. He doesn't look like he's out to get people, or he's out to like, you know, assassinate people or anything like that, because he wasn't at the time. He was just an innocent boy, and now he's grown to, well, not physically but mentally grown to be this absolute like, well, I want to say powerhouse, but he's one of the first Akatsuki to be taken down. But you get what I mean. And he's using his body as a puppet, and we get to see his body do weird wacky things like a flamethrower. We get poison pellets. He can summon other puppets out of the scrolls that are planted into his back and stuff. But it's very, the first one looks menacing, and then his actual design is very basic but innocent looking, and that goes completely against what Sasori is, and that's why I like it so much.
Yeah, I agree. Like, he's got like a super like sweet looking face, and the pink hair like gives him that soft look. Like you said, like he doesn't look like a killer. He doesn't look like an assassin. He doesn't look like someone that's out to get the shinobi world because they've wronged him. Like, which is exactly why he's there. Like, but yeah, I agree. Like, he's a very simple character to him. Like, we do see, like you said, we see multiple stages of him. But the real Sasori that we see, like the pink haired dude, the young, like sweet, innocent looking child, like, is a very cool design, because the reason that I like it so much is because like you don't expect a villain to look so sweet and innocent. Like, his puppet face that he had before is the face that like everyone believed that it was his real face, because like he was a torturous kind of character, but underneath he's that sweet innocent boy, and it's really hard to expect it when you do see it. It's like, oh god, like, you're actually an assassin, you're out to ruin the shinobi world, like, but you're so sweet and innocent, like, how could you? Like, so yeah, I get what you're saying. And his design once again is very simple, like especially his like true form, if you want to say that, is very simple. I think like it gets more complex with his like puppets and stuff,
Yeah.
because they can do a lot of kind of creepy stuff. They can contort their body in ways that humans can't, and stuff. So like I think like that they're a bit more complex, but I think his true form based design is very simple but very effective at portraying like his
Well,
feelings across the world.
yeah. Because we're mentioning like additional items as well. His main two puppets also add to the design, because once you know the lore, that's his mum and dad,
Yeah.
which is really fucked up, but like it adds to the design of how innocent he looks. But he also, like, you learn that he's the reason why the third Kazekage died. He assassinated him.
Yeah.
And when you look at him, and then you learn that the two puppets he's wielding are actually his parents, and he kills the third like it just completely doesn't make any sense logically to his design. But yeah, I really like how simple it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough. So my next choice, my final choice, once again, this is another simple character for me. Like, I'm going to go with Frieza. And this is another character that's got many designs, but the reason that I like Frieza personally and his design, he he or she, whatever you want to call it, it's not gender stereotyped in Dragon Ball Z. Is a very very sleek design, very very sleek. A lot of like whites and purples, and it's it's very very much the definition of like minimalistic to the most that it can. Even some of his like further forms, like Golden Frieza and got Frieza Black, like they are still very minimalistic when it comes to like his body shape. Like he is just a sleek kind of looking character, and once again, this is another character that the voice actor has absolutely done justice to, because the voice actor is absolutely perfect. Like the English voice actor and the Japanese voice actor for Frieza is absolutely perfect in portraying that terrifying calm. Like Frieza is an emperor of worlds. He has conquered loads and is arguably the most powerful character in all of Dragon Ball. But I like the design based on the minimalisticness, and the way that he looks is very alien, very minimalistic compared to other characters in the show. And
I was about to throw that out there. I was gonna say, well, because like, isn't like Goku an alien technically because he's a
yep,
Saiyan, right? So
yep,
like, because you're dealing with characters who are aliens, the fact that one of the villains actually looks like an alien, like straight off the bat, if you showed Frieza's design to someone who doesn't watch anime, knows not anything, you said, right, if you had a borderline describe this, what would you say? I think alien would be one of the descriptive words.
yeah,
like,
yeah. Big bulbous head, small kind of body, and tail, like matches all the descriptions of it. But like the way that like we said before, like the voice actors can make the character, and like I said, like seeing Frieza and hearing the voice actor as Frieza just gives you that chill of like Frieza's nice and calm, but what he's saying is terrifying. Like he's willing to destroy your whole planet if you don't bend the knee, and he will. Like, but the way that he says it is in such like a sweet kind of crackly, like more feminine kind of voice. So it's kind of hard to take him seriously in certain situations, but he's deadly serious, which is like what plays into the character. And the purple and white go perfect, and then I think they nailed it with the gold. They did the same with the black as well. I think the black, purple, and white go beautifully together for his design and kind of show how powerful he at that stage he's become.
yeah, fair.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you haven't seen Dragon Ball, so you're only probably looking at images
Yep.
which don't give you half of like Frieza's feel, because like the thing is 90% of Frieza's character is also the way that Frieza sounds. It's not just the way that Frieza looks; it's the way Frieza sounds. Like, because it's such an iconic voice now that like it wouldn't be right if I tried to voice Frieza. It wouldn't sound right, and it wouldn't be right if you did it. But like I said, what plays into Frieza's character is the voice actor at the same time.
Yeah, I think yeah, I've heard Frieza's like clips of Frieza talking and stuff. His when it comes to Dragon Ball, I think he's got one of the most like popular voice actors, because I don't think I've heard, that many like Goku quotes or, Broly quotes, whatever, but Frieza's everywhere. You'll find like it's very easy to
Yeah,
find clips of Frieza talking and rambling and whatever. Like I think his voice work is very much appreciated.
yeah, I agree. Like, there's only one other voice actor that I do want to shout out quite quickly. That's Christopher Sabat. That he plays the voice of Vegeta, but he also plays the voice of many, 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 many anime characters that we know and love. So I've got to shout out Chris Sabat. He's one of those people that like can make the character due to his voice, and that is like half of the character design for me.
Yeah, fair. So my last but not least comes from Gachi Kuta, and it's the first like major antagonist the main character meets. He's called Jabba Wonger, and his item, because in Gachi Kuta they all have a vital instrument. His is claws, like metallic claws, and they can get really big. But his whole stick is poison. He can poison you, and it can be deadly. He almost kills the character. But his overall design really works with the atmosphere of Gachakuta because the world itself is completely gone to hell. It's all trash. That is literally the whole concept of Gachakuta is trash people. The main characters are trash people. The world itself is borderline. Think of like Trash Island that we actually have, but it's now the whole planet. So like his very ragtag look matches his again voice acting. It works with his voice acting. He's got these big dreads as well, like really over dominating like dreads that he covers half his face. He looks like a really chill dude just by looking at him, but his voice doesn't like again, like what you say about Frieza, you're not gonna get the point of this character just by looking at his image because he enjoys fucking you around. When you first meet him and he first has his first major fight scene, he's having fun. He doesn't care about the fact he's trying to kill a dude. He's meant to stop the good guys. He doesn't care about that. He cares about having fun with them. He's enjoying the fact that you're tripping on the poison that he's created. He's having a blast. He's now running around getting his butt kicked, but who the fuck cares? He's enjoying himself, and that's why I like his design because he looks so chilled out. His design doesn't come across as someone who's nuts, but he is. And he kind of looks like a hippie, I'm not gonna lie, but it does match the world that Gachakuta holds. And yeah, so far Gachakuta hasn't finished, but so far I think he's got my favourite villain design.
Okay, fair enough. I can see him from what I'm looking at here. Yeah, he looks very pirate-esque with the sash around his waist.
Yeah, fair. No, it's odd that you say that because he's part of a team called the Raiders, and they are, I wouldn't say pirate-esque, but they do act very like, they got very pirate mentality. Like, you're very, at like, stereotypical pirate mentality.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, you can see it in his design. Like I said, with the sash and the 3/4 length kind of baggy trousers, it can be seen. It is cool design. He does look very maniacal. Like you can see, like in a few images and stuff, you can see how like he very much reminds me of Speed of Sound Sonic, like the maniacal, insane kind of like feel that you get from him.
well, his introduction line to the main character Rudo, which is quoted on his fandom page, is "This is great and real sweet. Guys with a lot of fight in them and powerful givers are two of my favorite things. My name's Jabba Wonga. Now I want to play with you before I take you home with me." It just like that's his first introductory line, and it's great. But yeah, his weapon is really clean too. His big ass claws, which you get to see a second form of it later on in the show. But like that adds a lot.
Red like tips with like steel.
Yeah, they kind of look. Yeah, big ass claw looking things. Yeah, yeah,
His
they're
first
really
stage
clean.
are the gold ones, I can imagine, right? And then the second ones are the red ones with the steel fingertips.
Yes, yeah. So the first stage only like basically go off his hands, like they're like not that big, and then the second stage are massive looking things.
Very cool
But
design.
yeah, he's pretty cool. I like him a lot. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they do with him after they continue it.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, who's ringing me? There's a video call.
Hello, Tai.
Lord Trelawney. What do you want now?
Did you find that information useful?
Actually, a matter of fact, I did. I guess a thank you's in order.
Be sure to hold up your end of the bargain, Tai. Otherwise, I will have to take appropriate measures.
Yes, I know. Because you helped me, I now need to give you the writer. The one who deals with the storytelling. I get it, okay? I'll take you to the writer.
I look forward to meeting him. I have plans for the Power Rangers Global, and I will be rewriting their story to suit me, Lord Trelawney, the Colonel King Ranger.
Well, that's gonna bite me in the ass later. I just won't tell the guys that I made a deal with a multiversal tyrant for now. Jed, it was a good idea, but I feel like that's gonna bite me in the ass later. Anyway, the 300 Bros are back in business. That was a hectic summer, huh? Thank you for those who did tune in and stick around throughout our August of villainy. It was a fun ride, and honestly, beating Nodzor I couldn't do without any of you guys watching. So thank you so much for all that. With that being said, though, the 300 Bros are not going anywhere. We're still kicking ass, and we're still going to promote the channel as much as we possibly can across our social medias. We now have a Facebook page open for you guys if you guys ever want to check that out as well. On the Facebook page, we'll be like promoting our YouTube channel and telling you guys what's what. Also, with that being said, I'd like to say a big hello and a big introduction to our brand new 2 council members. Dakota, who you've already seen with some of our TikTok and YouTube shorts. And our brand newest member is Anthony. Anthony's one of my dear friends. I actually know him in person. He literally lives 10 minutes away from me, and he wanted to get involved. He'll be like Jed, where he doesn't show his face in the videos. I'll be using his chibis for the shorts and TikTok videos, but he's a massive gamer and a massive anime nerd, and he's definitely going to bring a whole new different level of variety with flavor and interest to the YouTube videos. And Dakota is a voice actor of ours from the get-go. He's actually the person who took over Elias's voice actor in Power Rangers Global. So before he became a council member, he was already part of the 300 Bros in that sense. He'll continue being a voice actor for us in other projects on the 300 Bros audio library, and also with that, I can't wait to get into some videos. He's into some of the really big fandoms that I'm a part of, like I'm a big fan of too, so I'm looking forward to that one. Thank you so much for joining us on the August month of villainy. There's some YouTube shorts still coming out that Nodzor kind of left behind. I can't delete them, so they're going to be posted anyway, but as soon as September comes around, we're all back in business. With that being said, though, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. I do appreciate you guys so much, and of course, from the 300 Bros Studios, we shall see you guys in the next one.